Hundreds of mysterious skulls have been unearthed in Peru, baffling scientists for decades. These strange skulls have no distinct facial features and are much bigger than ordinary humans. But who did they belong to, and how are they connected to aliens? Join us as we uncover the truth behind these strange skulls and explore their possible connection to beings from another world. The Nazca people were an ancient civilization that thrived in southern Peru between 100 and 800 AD. They are best known for their mysterious geoglyphs, also called Nazca lines, which are a series of large designs etched into the desert sand. The Nazca lines have fascinated scientists for centuries and remain one of the most enduring mysteries of the ancient world. But the Nazca people left behind more than just enigmatic lines in the desert. They also left behind a legacy of mystery. When it comes to their physical traits, elongated skulls have been found in Peru that date back thousands of years. Some people say these skulls are proof that aliens visited Earth long ago and experimented on humans, while others believe they may be evidence of a lost civilization that was far more advanced than we ever imagined. There is no doubt that these skulls are real, and they have baffled scientists for decades. So what exactly are these skulls, and what do they mean for our understanding of human history? These skulls are much larger than modern human skulls and have been described as having a distinctive shape with a long, narrow head and a pronounced forehead. This has led some people to speculate that the heads were deliberately shaped by the Nazca people through a process known as cranial deformation. Cranial deformation was a common practice among many indigenous cultures around the world, including the Nazca people. It was usually done by wrapping the heads of infants in cloth or leather bands in order to warp the shape as they grew. However, this practice alone cannot explain the full range of abnormalities seen in the Nazca skulls. Many of the skulls have unique bone structures and other cranial features that suggest they may have belonged to a completely different species. What's more, these skulls have been found in pre-Incan tombs, meaning they predate the Inca Empire, which lasted from the 13th to the 16th century. This suggests that cranial deformation was not the only factor at play here. In fact, some experts argue that many of these skulls exhibit clear signs of genetic manipulation, pointing to a potential hybridization between humans and an unknown species. Further analysis of the skulls revealed that they had significantly increased cranial volume compared to modern humans, ranging from 20 to 40% more than average. This suggests that the individuals whose skulls are so abnormal may have possessed highly developed brains that were capable of complex thought and behavior. But if this is the case, where are the rest of their bodies? Shouldn't there be more evidence of a different species if there was interbreeding going on? Why haven't we found any other remains that look like these skulls? Some people have suggested that the elongated skulls were created through artificial insemination, with the sperm of a non-human species being used to impregnate human females. Others have speculated that the skulls may have been created through genetic engineering, with the DNA of an unknown species being spliced with that of humans. What makes this theory particularly intriguing is that similar elongated skulls have been found in other parts of the world, such as China and Egypt, separated by thousands of years and miles. This suggests that the practice of creating elongated skulls may have been widespread and that there may have been multiple instances of hybridization between humans and an unknown species. However, it's important to note that there is no concrete evidence to support the theory that the elongated skulls were created through any of these methods, and mainstream scientists remain skeptical. One of the main reasons for this skepticism is the lack of physical remains that can be directly linked to the elongated skulls. If the skulls were the result of interbreeding or genetic manipulation, then there should be other physical remains that exhibit similar traits. However, despite numerous excavations and explorations in the Nazca region, no such remains have been found. Another reason for the skepticism surrounding the elongated skull theory is the lack of any cultural or historical records that mention any kind of hybridization or genetic manipulation. If the Nazca people were intentionally creating elongated skulls through cranial deformation or other means, then it is likely that there would be some form of record or tradition that explains why they were doing so. However, no such records exist. Mainstream scientists argue that the elongated skulls are the result of a natural phenomenon known as oxycephaly, is a condition that causes the skull to become misshapen due to an abnormal fusion of the cranial bones. This can lead to a variety of physical abnormalities, including a long, narrow head and a pronounced forehead. Some experts argue that the elongated skulls may have been the result of a genetic mutation that caused oxycephaly to occur at a higher rate. This mutation would have been passed down through generations, leading to the high frequency of elongated skulls found in the Nazca region. However, this theory does not explain all of the observed traits of the elongated skulls, such as the increased cranial volume. Additionally, if the skulls were the result of a genetic mutation, then why haven't similar mutations been observed in other populations? To further investigate the mystery, scientists conducted DNA tests on some of the skulls to determine their genetic makeup. The results of these tests revealed some unusual anomalies that don't match any known human lineage. Specifically, the DNA analysis showed that the individuals whose skulls are so abnormal had a much higher percentage of Neanderthal DNA than other ancient humans. Neanderthals were a species of archaic humans that lived in Europe and Asia from around 400,000 to 40,000 years ago. They are known to have interbred with Homo sapiens, the modern humans, leaving a small percentage of Neanderthal DNA in the genome of most people of European descent. However, the elongated skulls had a much higher percentage of Neanderthal DNA than expected, suggesting that they may have interbred with Neanderthals more frequently than other humans did. This could be evidence that the elongated skulls were the result of human hybridization with an unknown species. However, it could also suggest that the Neanderthals themselves interbred with an unknown species before they went extinct. Despite these intriguing findings, it's important to note that the DNA analysis has its limitations. The samples were extracted from the skulls were very small and degraded, making it difficult to obtain complete genetic profiles. Additionally, the statistical analysis used to interpret the data has been criticized by some experts as being flawed. Nevertheless, the DNA tests have provided some valuable insights into the genetic makeup of the elongated skull individuals, and they have raised new questions about the relationship between humans and other ancient hominids. One of the most exciting possibilities is that the elongated skulls may represent a previously unknown species of human. If this is the case, then it would revolutionize our understanding of human evolution and provide new insights into the origins of modern humans. However, it's important to remember that the evidence for a new human species is still circumstantial, and mainstream scientists remain skeptical. Many argue that the observed traits of the elongated skulls can be explained by other factors, such as cranial deformation, oxycephaly, and interbreeding with Neanderthals. What do you think about these skulls? Are they proof of human experimentation? Did ancient humans really interbreed with an unknown species, or were these skulls created by genetic engineering? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on ancient aliens and other fascinating topics. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.